Well. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Twickenham. The full-time whistle has just gone. These are my instant reactions following England against Wales. And if you look behind me, there's the England team just in a huddle. And I'm giving away the score in a second. If you don't want to know it, then listen up. The final score 16 points to 14 to England. They are the victors on this occasion. But a young Welsh team, will they feel like that one got away? Well, I wonder. And this is the question: who will Scotland and Wales both feel disappointed like that was one that got away this evening? Wales absolutely had a crack at getting a rare victory here in London. Last victory they had here was in 2015. A game that I basically erase out of my memory. That World Cup game. I don't want to talk about it. Still not over it. But I'm relieved about a victory for England there. Just as an Englishman, I'm not totally in love with how we're playing and how it's gelling. But they had to dig in to get a win. At half-time, that looked a long way back. The England team just walking down in front of me there. The crowd have emptied really quickly. Look. These Six Nations games are always full-blooded. They're amazing occasions, privileged to be here, and this place was packed. It has emptied extremely quickly, and look, I want to be positive about the occasion. I want to be positive about the tournament. The Six Nations is amazing. We saw some lovely moments in this match, but there's something about this Twickenham stadium that it hasn't got over the lows of Eddie Jones yet. I was here at the start of the Six Nations last year when there was that defeat by Scotland, and this place was like a library that day, and it was a bit like a morgue in the first half here today. So there's still a way to go for Steve Borthwick's men. They got a win, and you know what? 2 wins from 2. 4 points difference, plus 5 points difference from 2 wins. I'll take it. I'll take it every day. There are tougher challenges ahead for England. What a lot of spirit this Welsh team showed, and that they should feel disappointed. So, give me your thoughts down in the comments. What do you make of that game, of how England are playing, how Wales are playing, how disappointed Wales will be? Chandler Cunningham himself, what's he throwing into the crowd? Oh, little mini rugby balls. They just look like tiny rugby balls because he's such a giant man. Right, England started the game and finished the game really, really well. This is what I find slightly frustrated. I'll get on to Wales in a second. England in the first 5 minutes, it looked great. It looked like they were trying to open up, trying to get the ball to the outside, having some really good attacks, but they did not convert. And then it got very turgid and very slow. And well, Wales got their penalty try and a yellow card for Ollie Chesham. Well, the yellow card for Ollie Chesham came first, didn't it, for the high tackle? Then the penalty try came afterwards. And actually, that's one thing that Wales have looked really good in the second half of... So I've lost my voice, actually, even though I'm sat in the commentary gantry with all the... I'm one of the few people that actually shouts like a fan. So I kind of lost my voice a little bit. But... yeah, Wales have shown in the second half against Scotland and this week against England, their maul attack and their maul D is really good. England then went down to 13 men. Ethan Roots got a yellow card. On the Ollie Chesham yellow card, what did you make of that one? I guess my thought is, and I have to be careful, am I just being biased because I'm an Englishman here? But my thought on that was, not all head contact is foul play. Rugby's a game of collisions, and sometimes accidents happen, and you don't have to litigate every single time there is contact with someone's head. And I thought maybe Ollie Chesham's tackle was one of those occasions where accidents happen on a rugby field, rugby incident, play on. That's how I'm inclined to view it, but maybe you feel differently. The Ethan Roots one, a little bit more sympathetic too, although I do feel like Itoje did a good job on the maul defence. Got his hands on the ball, and maybe Wales weren't on the way over the try line, so should it have been a penalty try? I guess Wales got the forward motion and they deserved it. No worries about their second try. Alex, man, But there was a joke I saw knocking around that Wales have got so few players available, so many injuries, they had to select a guy called A Man in their team. But I love the look of this kid. And in fact, that Wales back row is just explosive. And Tommy Raffel, what a game he had. He didn't deserve to be on a losing team. He's been brilliant. And I think that's it. Tommy Raffel is one of those examples of a player who would not be in the England squad if he was English. He'd be one of those guys that would be overlooked because there's guys that look bigger or stronger, or they're more archetypal international back row players. But he's got it up there, both as a rugby brain, so he just acts a little bit quicker than his opponent, and just in terms of his absolute attitude, he is hard as they come. Love Tommy Raffel. He was great. And Wales, you have to say, deserved to go in 14-5 up. And England was staring down the barrel a little bit. And I think there were times in the second half still where I think England were a little bit clueless. There was one moment, I made a note of it. Where was it? Yeah. 58 minutes on the clock. England got great line-out ball off the top of the line-out at the very back through Ollie Chesham. Got the ball to Ben Earl, who made a good 10-15 metres in the carry. And what did they do? Went straight to a box kick. I understand the tactic of box kicking. It's one of the things when you've had a nibble and not got anywhere and the defence is organised, box kick to try and cause a bit of chaos. But back of the line-out ball, front foot ball, and then a box kick, it was almost like it was robotic and that was the game plan. And look, Steve Borthwick can sit there and say, well, we got the win. And yes, victory at international level is important and not easy to do, but that's where I just felt that's the sort of occasion where I think England can open up, as they did in the first few minutes when you got really good ball. What else? Just that first 20 minutes of the second half, turgid. How many scrum resets? I don't like being negative, but I'm also conscious, particularly there's the Netflix documentary that's gone out that's hyped up a load of people. By the way, just going to turn around, there's Ben Earl down on the touchline. Not many fans left in the stadium, but Ben Earl is showing his appreciation to the ones that are, and he was excellent. How did Ben Earl only get like a couple of caps under Eddie Jones? Just great, fantastic rugby player. So, and he was man of the match on this occasion. I think it might have been Tommy Raffel if Wales had won. But yeah, no complaints about that. But yeah, I'm conscious that we've had the Netflix documentary. We've got a load of new fans that maybe are tuning in. And on this, if you watch this channel, you know how much I love the scrum and how important a part of the game it is. I love scrummaging. I don't want to take away from scrummaging, but we've got to speed up the bits in between. Because that just made it a hard watch. But the good parts in the second half, in the first quarter, came from Wales. They had that great breakthrough, Cam Winnett and at Josh Adams down the right-hand touchline. Looked like they were going to score. Scramble defence from England. Wales were backing England into coffin corner on either side for a good stretch of the second half. And then the final 20, England did get the ascendancy. The changes were made in the front row. Scrum penalty came. But there was one moment, again, just where England aren't far off, but it feels like a big gap at the minute. 67 minutes. Massive overlap on the right-hand side. And I'm telling you, Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa, they score a try. And England, I think it may have been Henry Slade, it may have been someone else, but just the passing was not good enough. And a great chance went begging. And it's chances like that England are not taking. But if it clicks, they can have those moments. Like you think back to that second half against New Zealand back at the end of 2022. It feels like England aren't far off that second half performance, but it's just not enough of that. Maybe is that the new players bedding in? Is that just England's players aren't as good as other nations' players? I think there's definitely an argument for that. If you were picking a British and Irish Lions team right now, how many Englishmen get in it? I don't know. On the flip side, I'm conscious I'm talking about. Let's just talk about the final moment. That 50-22 from George Ford on 69 minutes, outstanding. He had no other option and pulled that rabbit out of a hat, and it put England in strong position. Wales' more defence was good, but Mason Grady got the yellow card. No penalty try, that's fair. But eventually the pressure did tell, and the penalty that came from it, 16 points to... Oh, sorry, Fraser Dingwall try in amongst it, wasn't there? When was the Fraser Dingwall try? Yeah, Fraser Dingwall try. Then the yellow for Grady, then the penalty for Ford to basically the winning points. I haven't even mentioned the conversion that George Ford didn't kick. What did you make of that? I thought he stepped sideways, and I thought the law was you had to advance, but hey, referee saw it that way, so I guess that's the way it is. I don't know. On to Wales. Yeah, I must mention Wales. I think a lot of people were not giving them a lot of hope, but they showed in that second half against Scotland and tonight they've got something about them. Can win it. For a young lad, he's got something about him, hasn't he? And they've just got some guys that will roll their sleeves up and go to work. I mentioned Alex Mann, Tommy Raffel, brilliant. And Wales are going to be in a good place. When you think about the players that can come back into this Wales team, all of a sudden you're going to look in a year's time, in 2 years' time, their squad is going to feel way more robust than it does now because of the game time that some of these guys are getting. And as it is, they could have, and they will probably argue should have, come to Twickenham and got a very, very rare victory. So I've got to credit Warren Gatland. Rio Dyer just works his nuts off. Cam Winnett works his nuts off. Yeah, they've just got hard-working guys with great attitude. So they can feel encouraged, I think. Whilst they should be disappointed, they haven't managed to get a win here. England will take being 2 from 2, but yeah, need to do something. What is it? The next time England are here, it's to play Ireland, and I just hope that's not. I hope the atmosphere is better for 80 minutes than it was for many of the minutes today, because the crowd come out, they turn out in force, but they're not getting what they've what they've become accustomed to, and what the players are capable of. Anyway, that's just me splurging my brain out onto this channel for 12 minutes now, so I think I'll wrap it up. I'll have a little bit more of a considered response in a little bit, but this is just my initial reaction to the game following the match. I'd love to know your initial reaction to the game. Where do you think these two teams are at? How do you reflect on that match? And what are the headlines going to be saying tomorrow? Give me your comments. If you haven't already, I'd love to earn your subscription on the channel. I've been blown away by how well it's gone. And I only just started the channel at the Six Nations last year, and I'm loving that I'm reaching new fans all the time. And if you're one of those, please consider hitting subscribe. If you get value from the channel, give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one.